was a woman of strength and resilience. As a young woman, she faced a lot of hardship, including a heartbreak that left her weary of men. When she found out she was pregnant, the father of her child abandoned her, leaving her to raise her daughter alone, Celsi. Esther poured out all her love and energy into raising Celsi, vowing to protect her from the pains she had endured. Esther worked tirelessly as a fashion designer, making enough to provide for Celsi. She often told Celsi that men were untrustworthy and that she should focus on her education and future instead of relationship. As a result, Celsi grew up with a strong sense of independence but was wary of forming close relationships, especially with men. She excelled in her studies, earning a scholarship to study in a prestigious university. But despite her academic success, she found it difficult to make friends. Her mother's warning about men and her introverted nature made it hard for her to connect with others. She spent most of her time studying or helping her mother with her fashion business. At 23, she graduated. It was a proud moment for she and her mother. She was posted to Ibadan for her National Youth Service Corps. This was the first time Celsi would be away from her mother for an extended period of time, and both of them felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. In Ibadan, Celsi rented a small apartment and settled into her new routine. One evening, while shopping at a local market to get vegetables, tomatoes, and pepper to prepare homemade food, as she had not prepared anything but buy food outside since she landed Ibadan. She got the food items, paid the vendor, and began to walk away when the woman called after her. Madam, you never pay me. Celsi turned back, confused. But I just gave you money, she said. The vendor began to create a scene, shouting, Madam, you never pay me. You buy something you no one pay. Crowds began to gather, curious about the commotion. Celsi felt her face flutter with embarrassment and frustration. She knew she had paid the vendor, but the vendor was insistent, and the onlooker seemed to be on her side. Just as Celsi was about to give up and pay again, a voice cut through the tension. Excuse me, but I saw her pay you, said a tall man. He stepped forward, his presence commanding attention. I was right behind her in the line, and I clearly saw her give you the money, he said, looking directly at the vendor. The vendor hesitated, then grudgingly admitted, Well, maybe I made a mistake. The man turned to Celsi. You may go, ma, he said. Celsi was relieved. Thank you so much, sir. I'm really grateful, Celsi said. It's no problem at all, the man said. Some marketers are like that, just to get more money for themselves. Celsi thanked him over and over again and left. As she was walking along the road, she could not just believe what had happened. A fatherly figure stood up for her and protected her just like her mother would do. It was strange. She waited for him at the path he would pass to leave the main market. The man approached where she was. Hey, young lady, you still here? Yes, sir, she replied. Have you gotten all you need? He asked. Yes, I have, Celsi replied. Do you live around here? Not really, sir. I was posted to serve here, Celsi replied. Really? So you're a Kopashon, he teased. Celsi smiled. Yes, sir. Oh, you're welcome. Welcome to Ibadan. You would enjoy your stay here, the man assured. Don't mind what just happened. Okay, sir, thank you, Celsi replied. What's your name? He asked. I'm Celsi, sir. Okay, I'm Donald, he said. I like to see couples like you serve here. You're doing well. Thank you, sir, Celsi replied. Let me not delay you. What direction are you going so I could drop you? The man asked. Celsi immediately turned him down. No, sir, I can find my way. Thank you so much. Okay, if you say so, Donald said. Here's my card. Give me a call. She accepted the card, put it in her bag, feeling a strange flutter in her chest. She couldn't deny the attraction she felt, but more than that, she was drawn to his kindness and the way he stood up for her. Over time, Celsi and Donald began to see each other more frequently and exploring Ibadan. Donald was kind and respectful, listening attentively as Celsi talked about her life, her studies, and her mother. He didn't pry or push her to share more about her family. His demeanor was gentle, and he seemed genuinely interested in getting to know her. Chelsea struggled with her feelings. She had always been told to avoid men, but Donald was different. He made her feel valued and appreciated in ways she had never experienced before. Although he didn't ask her out, but the frequent meetings were making her fall for him and being the first man in her life. On a weekend, Donald invited Chelsea to his mansion. She was amazed at such structures and interiors. He was stinkingly rich, domestic staffs everywhere in corner. She said to herself, is he a king or something? She was treated like a princess in Donald's house, and she felt like she never wanted to leave the house. Donald invited her to his private lounge, and they had a one on one discussion. He told her everything she needed to know about him, his divorce, and his 28 years old son living in the UK. He wanted to be open with her because of his growing interest. He began, Chelsea, I got divorced 12 years ago and lived like a bachelor, focusing on my son and my company. I never considered remarrying because I thought I was too old. No woman caught my attention. I'm 54 now, and sometimes I wonder why I'm still being picky. Shouldn't I be less concerned about beauty at this age? I laugh at myself for that. But my son advised me, Dad, take your time. Don't rush into anything just because you are lonely. Do what makes you happy. Be with someone who makes you proud, confident, and happy. You might be old, but you have a young spirit. I know you might be wondering why I'm saying this, Chelsea, but the truth is, I've grown to love you, Chelsea. I love your good hearts. I love how you care for those you love. I love your simplicity, everything about you. I really love you, Chelsea, and I want more than just friendship from us. You might be concerned about the age gap, but love doesn't judge based on May-December relationship. If we make each other happy, why can't we be together? Chelsea was speechless, staring into Donald's eyes. I love you too, she finally said. Donald smiled and replied, thank you for giving us a chance, Chelsea. Trust me, you won't regret this May-December romance, he teased. Chelsea smiled back. You make me complete, Donald. From that moment, their relationship blossomed. It was the best times of their lives, and Chelsea couldn't help but be proud of Donald. He was the kind of man every woman would wish for, an older man with a young soul, very intelligent, influential, and a natural leader. They attended events and conferences together, and seeing Donald speak with authority on the podium made her a proud girlfriend. As their relationship deepened, Chelsea kept it a secret from her mother. She knew her mother would disapprove, not just because of Donald's age, but also because of her long held belief that men couldn't be trusted. The secrecy began to take a toll on Chelsea. She wanted to be honest with her mother, but she feared her reaction. One weekend, Donald suggested they take a trip to a nearby town. During the trip, he proposed to her, telling her he wanted to build a future with her. Chelsea was excited and accepted his proposal, and from that moment, she decided it was time for her to tell her mother. When she returned to Ibadan, she called her mother and asked to visit. During her mother's visit, Chelsea mustered the courage to tell her mother about Donald. As expected, Esther was shocked and disappointed. She couldn't understand why her daughter would fall for a man so much older and with such baggage. Esther accused Donald of taking advantage of Chelsea and tried to convince her daughter to end the relationship. Chelsea, however, stood her ground. She explained how Donald made her feel, how he respected and valued her, and how she genuinely loves him. Esther, though skeptical, saw the determination in her daughter's eyes and reluctantly agreed to meet Donald. Despite Esther's reluctant acceptance, Chelsea and Donald faced judgment from others. Friends and colleagues, and even strangers questioned their relationship. They would hear whispers and see disapproving looks, but their love remained strong. Chelsea found solace in Donald's son David, who was surprisingly supportive. David had seen his father unhappy for too long and was genuinely happy to see him in love again. Her acceptance made a significant difference. giving Celsi and Donald the strength to face societal judgments together. Esther, seeing how happy Donald made Celsi and how steadfast her daughter was in her decision, began to soften. She realized that while her experience had shaped her views, they shouldn't dictate her daughter's happiness. Slowly, she started to accept Donald and even grew to appreciate the positive influence he had on Celsi's life. With Esther's acceptance, Celsi and Donald's relationship flourished. They started planning their future. Celsi began working as a fashion designer, taking over some of her mother's clients, and building her own brand. Donald continued with his business, and together they formed a strong partnership both personally and professionally. Their love story wasn't without its challenges, but they faced them together, proving that love could indeed transcend age and past experiences. Esther, seeing the joy and stability Donald brought to her daughter's life, found peace in knowing that Celsi had found someone who truly valued her. Years passed, and Celsi and Donald's love only grew stronger. They supported each other through life's ups and downs, proving that true love knows no boundaries. Esther, once a skeptic, became one of the biggest supporters, proud of the woman her daughter had become and the love she had found. Celsi and Donald's story became an inspiration to those around them, showing that love can be found in the most unexpected places and that it can thrive despite societal judgments and personal fears. Their journey was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and the importance of following one's heart. Thank you so very much, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story. Please do also like, share, and subscribe to Substance TV for more amazing stories. See you guys in my next video. Until then, stay splendid.